Good morning, my beautiful sunshiners. I just wanted to come on and share another tip with you. And this one is about you doing acts of kindness for other people. Not because you're getting anything out of it, not because you're, it is something that you've been told to do, something you have to do. You just do it out of the goodness of your heart for somebody. And like a few weeks ago, I was walking through town and there was an old lady who had a broken arm. She had her arm in a sling. And as she's walking up the road in front of me, I noticed that her shoelaces were undone. And I was thinking to myself, she's going to trip over them shoelaces and she'll end up with either a broken nose or, another broken arm or something. So I caught up with her. And I sort of stood at the side of her and I just said, do you know your shoelaces are undone? And she said, I do, but I can't fasten them. So I said, do you want me to do it for you? And she said, oh, yeah, please, if you don't mind. So I bent down and I fastened her shoelaces for her. And she was so grateful. She said, I was scared of falling and, that's how I fell and broke my arm and all this sort of stuff. So, but that was just an act of kindness that I did, just a random act of kindness. And, it just makes you feel good that you've helped somebody, and you're not doing it because you want any kinds of gratitude or whatever. It's just a way of making you feel better and boosting your own mood. So looking for little things that you can do to help people. So I want to share this with you, and it says, be kind whenever possible, and it's always possible. And that was spoken by the Dalai Lama. So I wanted to share this with you, and it says, one kind act. If today sucks, making it less sucky for somebody could be the quickest way to step off the negativity train. A little do-gooding can go a long way to boost your baseline of happiness, especially if you allow yourself to notice and enjoy the kindness you do. That's a kind of feedback loop that happens. You do something kind, you feel a bit happier, you are more likely to do something kind, and so on and so on. And this is the tips sort of things that it gives you. So number 1 says, start now. Think of different ways you can be kind. You might tell someone they've done a good job, parking, cleaning up, waiting your table at a restaurant. Let someone go in front of you at the queue at the supermarket, or giving up your seat on the bus, or taking out the rubbish. Even if it's someone else's job, you've done that and just saved them from doing it. Number 2, can you feel it? When you do a kindness, let yourself experience how it feels. Enjoy the pleasure that being decent gives you. Because you can be a really decent person all the time and you'll do decent things for people every day, but sometimes you just do one random act of kindness and go a bit above and beyond, and it makes you feel so much better. It's like the other week we'd gone to the supermarket, and my husband was just he said, I'll just nip in and get what he was getting. I can't even remember what it was he was getting, but anyway, he went in and I was sat in our van waiting for him. And there was an homeless guy sat outside the supermarket. He sits there quite often, very pleasant man. He's always polite, always pleases and thank yous and whatnot. And the amount of people that went past that he said good morning to and completely ignored him really began to annoy me. And I'm thinking to myself, it costs you nothing to say good morning to somebody. All right, he's homeless and you might not like the fact that he's homeless or he's begging or whatever. He doesn't ask you for money. He never ever asks you for a penny. He just says good morning to you, have a nice day, all that sort of stuff. So I was sat there, and then when my husband come back and he got, because my husband had said hello to him and such, and then he got back in the van, and I said to him, do you know, babe, I said, I've sat here while you've been in there. I said, and so many people have gone past this homeless man and not one single person has acknowledged him. It was like he didn't exist. And he must have said good morning to at least 10 people while I was sat there, and I think one person actually said something to him. Now I couldn't hear what they said, but one person said something to him, the rest of them just walked past. So I had a £5 note that was in my, I usually have it in just spare change and stuff, and I have bits in my pocket that I can give to homeless people and whatnot. So I took this £5 out of my phone case, which incidentally my daughter laughs at because she says it's dead old fashioned to do that. But I took this £5 out of my phone case and I went over and I gave it to him, and I said to him good morning and stuff, and I gave him this £5 and he went, oh, are you sure? And I said, yeah. I said, I've been sat in the van, I said, and I've seen people go past you and ignore you. I said, and it just annoys me that people haven't got the time of day to just say hello to you, you know. So he said, it happens a lot. He said, I get used to it. I said, well, maybe it does. I said, but I just think it's rude. I said, so I just wanted to give you this and say good morning and whatnot. And I went on my way. And I didn't do that to make me feel better. I did it because I felt so strongly about it. And the fact that people just haven't got time, you know, to say hello to people and just be rude just because he's homeless. So I know that's me going off on a bit of a tangent, but yeah, it just annoys me a little bit. Number 3, tally up. Add up how many kind acts you have done so far today. Better yet, carry a notebook with you and make a tally every time you act kindly. This one I'm not overly keen on, to be honest, this little bit of it, because I don't think you need to tally up how many times you do a kind act for somebody. You know in here, you know in your heart how many times you've done it. And you're not doing it for validation, you're doing it because it's something that you want to do. It's something that's in your values and what you live by. So I think that's a better way of doing it. Number 4, change things up. Don't get all routine about it. Vary your acts of kindness. Help keep things meaningful. You know, so that one really relates to if you do the same act of kindness every day. You know, but again, even if it is the same act of kindness that you do every day, like if I walked past that homeless man every day going to work, for example, I would always say hello to him. You know, I might not always have the money to give him, but I would always say hello to him and ask him how he is and that sort of thing, you know. And then it says as a hint, if doing acts of kindness feels a bit weird or fake at first, don't worry about it. Like any action, the more you practice it, the easier it gets. It shouldn't feel fake, to be fair. If it's something that's in your nature and it's something that you live by, your moral codes, whatever it might be, then it should never feel weird. It should always feel like it's a joy, a pleasure to do something for somebody. And this is a tip that it gives you. Kindness can start a ripple effect. People who receive kindness often go on to do something kind for someone else, and they might then go on to help others. So spread the joy. Just spread it around. You know, you could say hello to somebody, good morning to somebody, good afternoon, how's your day, whatever it is, and then they'll go on and ask somebody else, you know, and that makes their day feel a bit better. So just doing random acts of kindness is just a lovely thing to do. So have a nice day, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.